Tonight on the Marr Army Rock Show, I'm super thrilled to be talking with Jon Stephenson from Digital Summer. Jon, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So I got to admit this to you, I really got kind of turned on to you guys because I found out you were going on the Shiprocked cruise. How long ago did you guys find out that you were going on that cruise?
Oh, it must have been about 2 months ago. There's so much stuff involved. A lot of people don't know. We had, at one point, we were like, okay, 80% certain it's going to happen. And then we found out we had confirmation, but we couldn't tell anybody for like 2 weeks because we had some contracts and stuff to get finalized and whatnot. It was really hard to keep our mouths shut because we're so excited about it.
Now, have you been on a rock cruise before, or is this going to be your first rock cruise experience?
This is my first cruise experience ever, so it's going to be an eye-opener on all aspects of it.
We take no other kind of vacation other than rock cruise, so we've been on the VH1 cruise and launching the rock cruise and Shiprocked, and it's just going to be such a blast, and I'm so excited to see you guys on the bill.
Oh, definitely.
Now, you guys have an album coming out on October 8th, is that correct?
Yeah, we got a full-length acoustic album. It's got songs from all 3 of the studio albums done acoustically, and we've got some brand new songs on there as well.
Now, can that lead folks, so an acoustic album for you guys, that's got to be, I'm really looking forward to that because one of the things I love about your music, it goes from the heavy to the mellow, and it's got to be something kind of really that your fans are looking forward to. Do you guys play a lot of acoustic sets, or can we look for some acoustic sets in anticipation of this album?
Well, to be honest, this was something that we had talked about for a while, but we didn't actually, get the ball rolling on it until the last 2 tours that we did. We were out for about 6 weeks each, and we made a lot of radio station stops where, we would do acoustic performances of certain songs that, were on records, but we, transposed them and pretty much changed them up a whole bit. We got a really good response from the people in the radio station and people that were tuned in live, and, we got ideas sent to us like, you guys should do an album or at least another EP. We thought about it, and I like to do a lot of alternate tunings on guitar, so I showed Kyle a lot of ideas that I had in terms of chord arrangements and all that stuff, and he really dug it, and we just kind of happened on its own, to tell you the truth.
And is there any hope for a live acoustic set coming out? I mean, like, seeing you guys live do that kind of thing?
Actually, that's ironic you asked that question. We just actually confirmed a videographer to come to one of our acoustic shows in November. It's going to be in Arizona, so it's going to be filmed, full production, all that. What we're going to do with it after, we're not sure. We might post videos on YouTube or, pull all the live tracks off of the video and maybe release it as a live album. I don't know.
Now, I have no influence over this whatsoever, but if I can find a way to plug for you guys to get an acoustic set on that ship too, man, I would love to see that. I will find a way to find whatever lounge you are playing in to see that acoustic set on the ship.
Yeah, well, we've been told several things. There's a lot of stuff still in the air about, what exactly the itinerary is for all the bands, time slots, all that good stuff. But we were told that we might have the opportunity to play an acoustic show on the ship and actually on the island when it's docked. And hopefully, we'll be able to do that. It'd be a really cool experience to actually, play an acoustic set on a tropical island.
Man, and I would love to have the chance to see it live. Now, your guys' music, it seems to me, and I mean this not in a bad way, there's like a lot of anger, or not so much anger, but a lot of emotion in the songs. Where does that come from? Does that come from one of the band members or all of you together, all the emotion, especially on the last album?
Well, to be honest, man, it's a lot of the stuff, and this may be a cliche thing, that a lot of the stuff, it's very life-related. We're not on a record label. We're 100% independent. So the things that we write, it's what we feel. We're not pushed in a certain direction on it or a certain topic or subject matter or anything. But Kyle he's our singer. He is actually a firefighter paramedic, and his brother Ian, the guitar player, is a flight medic. So a lot of the influences from songs are stuff that they see in their day-to-day career jobs, loss of life, saving lives, just trauma and a lot of the bad parts of life, but also the good things, they come out of it as a result of the things they see and whatnot. So it's it's a pretty crazy subject matter, but it's definitely 100% real.
And it's funny, I listened to the last album real closely when I knew I was going to interview you, and I just wanted to hear about that emotion, and then I actually didn't find out till later about the brothers' jobs that you just told me about. I just found that out right before I talked to you, and I have a whole new different perspective listening to that album now, and knowing that they're flight paramedics and firefighters and first responder kind of people, I just think it brings a whole new perspective to those songs.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a total element as opposed to somebody who's just experienced bad things in life,
Now, on the album Breaking Point, how did you guys end up hooking up with Clint Lowry? Because he's going to be on the ship too, and I love the song that Clint's a part of. How did you guys hook up?
Well, this was before I was actually in the band. This was about 3 years ago. Digital Summer and Seven Dust. They toured together, but ever since then, Kyle and Morgan Rose from Seven Dust actually, became good friends. They text on a regular basis, and it's not always business, it's like personal stuff. Like they'll go to Vegas, hang out a weekend, and all that stuff. So once we started writing the new album, Morgan was actually on a few tracks on the last album, Counting the Hours. And there was this one part in Forget You during the verse that, they had sent to me. I put some stuff to, but Kyle was looking for something in particular that was totally Clint Lowry oriented. He was like, what if I just ask Clint, So he sent MP3 over to Clint. Clint wrote some stuff to it, and we were like, okay, that's it. Let's use it. So, honestly, man, it was just asking a favor. There was nothing more to it.
Now, did you have to move to Arizona to become a member of the band? I know it looks like you're from Louisiana, possibly. Did you have to relocate?
Yeah, when they sent an email blast out, it was close to 2 years ago, hosting auditions for guitar players, all that. I submitted videos, bios, audio, all that good stuff, and eventually I made the cut, and it was actually the day after I graduated college, I moved from Louisiana to Phoenix, and I've been here ever since.
Not many people nail a job the day after they graduate from college. So, what was that? I mean, what was going through your mind? Did you have to leave a lot behind to just say, I'm going to go join a different band?
Well, to be honest, man, I was 24 at the time, and it's either now or never, make a move or keep dreaming about it. So I made that decision. This is my lifelong dream. I would be stupid to not even try it.
Well, I'm glad you did it, man, because I'm really a big fan of what I'm hearing so far. Now, for folks that want to get an insight into the band a little bit on tour, there's a pretty cool tour video out. Did you film any of that stuff, or are you just kind of a victim in that video?
Well, it's actually a combination of, I assume you're talking about Dance in the Fire, the tour montage. Basically, anytime we step out of the bus, we have 3 or 4 cameras. One's a GoPro and 2 are just regular video cameras laying around. And it's almost a responsibility that you have to pick one up when you leave because there's so much stupid, funny stuff that happens when you don't have a camera on you. So all those videos are combinations of everybody actually filming stuff.
Is there anything that you just wish hadn't appeared in there? Or are you kind of okay? Is there like an unwritten rule we get to pick what gets edited out?
No. It seems that there's this pattern that Kyle tries to put me in the most drunken state on those videos, which is super funny. So everything on there, I don't mind. Everything's in good fun and a lot of good times, man. It's good to see stuff like that and relive those memories.
Now, just two more things before I let you go here. I looked at, did you guys pick up a sponsorship from a wine company at some point?
Yeah. It's actually, almost a year ago today, we played at Uproar Festival here in Phoenix. This was last year on Rob Zombie, Godsmack were all on the Uproar Festival. And Kyle and I were hanging out backstage at one of the bars, and some guy was trying to get through to order a drink, and, we're like, oh, man, take our spot, whatever. Ended up, being a really cool guy, just networking with him, and he actually owns a winery in Sonoma Valley. He had heard of us through Octane and all that good stuff, so he was actually, a fan. So we kept in touch with him, and he was like, this is weird that it worked out this way, but I'm a winemaker trying to break into a niche market with rock lovers. And you're a rock band who is endorsed by Jaeger, and Jaeger doesn't really promote us. They'll give us product every now and then, but we wanted somebody to actually push our name too, so it was a win-win. We both had the same end goal, so we actually partnered up with Headbanger Wines, and now it's a promote each other type thing, and they're actually the official wine sponsor of Shiprocked this year.
Wow, I did not know that. So Headbanger Wine and Digital Summer teaming up there on Shiprocked Cruise. That's absolutely awesome. Now, last thing I want to ask you about, so I'm going to get to actually see you guys live the first time on the ship, I think, because we're out here on the East Coast, and that just works out that way sometimes. But tell me about the guitar throwing and the crowd diving.
Man, it all depends on how much room we have on stage. If we have enough room to jump, we're throwing guitars. We're everything is just balls to the wall, and we kind of have this motto within the band every time somebody does an interview that if you're not willing to bleed on stage, you have no business being up there.
I love it. That's awesome, and it sounds like you got some people that know how to treat you on the outside in the band there. If you do happen to get hurt up there, looks like you got some kind of first responder people up there with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Jon, I want to thank you for joining us on the radio show tonight. And by the way, I want to let folks know, and I think this is accurate, there's still a free download of This City available if you pre-order the album. Is that right?
Yeah, the new album is called After Hours, and you can pre-order it through iTunes, or you can pre-order a physical copy through our website, which is digitalsummer.net. Whichever way you pre-order, you get an immediate download of a brand new song.
That's awesome, and I know there's a great story behind that song. Jon, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I look forward to seeing you on the ship, man. I hope to buy you a drink on the ship, and I'm really hoping for that acoustic set.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a great night, man. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks.